Hey guys, it's Alec coming back to you with a new video. I got an exciting one for you today. Behind me is my 2005 GMC Sierra. If this is your first time tuning in and clicking on a video of mine, this truck has a 6-liter, a 4L80. It's got a 78mm on the front of it, and it is all-wheel drive all the time. So it's a pretty fun thing to rip. So today, I have a little bit of footage for you from, we picked this truck up for tuning. I noticed some issues with it, and I needed to, put a fix to, just because it makes driving the truck so much more enjoyable. So you're gonna see that footage right now, and then after I play that footage, we got my dragy right here. We're gonna take a little trip down to Mexico. I need to go grab my passport from inside. We're gonna make a couple dragy pulls and see what we can get for a time out of this thing. I have made one so far. I was pretty impressed. I let off pretty early and I didn't push the truck too hard. So today we're gonna kind of push the limits a little bit more. Hopefully she stays together. So let's play that footage of me working on the truck, and then we will circle back around to getting some times on this thing.
So we're over here at the shop. It's a beautiful day in Wisconsin, and I've been driving this thing to work the last 2 days. Give her a wash last night, and I gotta say, this side of it actually looks pretty dang good for being black. Every part's from a junkyard, and I haven't done any body work to this thing aside from wrapping it. So I'm pretty dang happy with how it looks from this side, at least. Gotta say, my favorite part about starting this truck, watching the thing move back and forth. I don't know if you guys can see it, but my hand moving is because it's on the seat, so kind of cool. Cam's chopping away in there. She's warming up. Loving it. Alrighty guys, so I'm in the shop with the Turbo GMC, and as you can probably figure, when you build something this custom, this one-off, for your first time by yourself, sometimes things take a couple revisions or iterations to work out. So the first one being my catch cans, and I've kind of expressed my concerns or some of my dislikes about the catch cans, and the fact that them being vented in the corner right here, the cab smells like the engine oil really bad. So one of the things that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull the filters off it, and I'm gonna vent them to atmosphere underneath the truck. So let me show you that. As you can see, we have workbench chaos going on here, but these guys that I use, they're not E85 safe because they're getting eaten up pretty bad. The O-rings from the catch cans are getting eaten up pretty bad. And here are the original filters that were on top of the catch cans. We took that off. We now have the top of the catch cans plugged, and we have the out, which is the second line, the 3/8 line in the back. We have that hooked up, and it's going down the wheel well liner right now. So let me get the truck in the air, and I will show you where they come out. We got to do some zip tying, just keep it away from the downpipe. And then we have one more issue to take care of in this episode. So we got the catch cans on the truck, and this is where I brought the hoses down from them. So you can see I kind of just sloped it along with the fender liner, got 3 zip ties on it, and they come out right there. So they are kind of right behind the front wheel, but not directly facing at like the back of it in case we had a big failure. It's coming out the side. So I don't think we're gonna have any issues. I haven't seen a whole lot of stuff coming out of the catch cans, but I think this is pretty clean, and that'll do us pretty well. So the last issue that I've been having, and this is kind of a weird angle because I want to show you, I've been having an issue with the downpipe rubbing on the cab, and it makes an awful like noise, you know what I'm saying right there. So we definitely know our culprit, so we gotta make a little room on this guy, which is gonna be kind of a pain in the butt because we gotta pull the exhaust off. Got the catch cans all figured out, and the second problem that we were having with the truck is the downpipe was rubbing on the firewall. So I cut this piece out of the air conditioning splash guard, or rain catch, moisture catch, whatever you want to call it. I'll show you that in just a second here. So you can see there's a firewall up there. We ended up making a little bit more clearance, cutting that square out of there, and then denting in the downpipe just a little bit. Hopefully we can get rid of the rubbing that is going on. All right, well, this probably wraps up the wrenching for this video, but got the downpipe back in.
Everything is clear. I can tap against it and it does not rub on anything, so we're looking good there. Got the catch cans done as well, and I think it's about time we go rip this thing. All right, so as you saw, we got the catch cans fixed on the truck. The truck no longer smells like oil on the inside, and the truck is not sucking in oil through the HVAC system, so that's awesome. And then we got the downpipe rattle fixed, so now this thing doesn't sound like it's got a triple disc clutch in it sitting at a stop line, just sitting there, you know, vibrating and making a bunch of crappy sheet metal on metal noises and stuff like that. So I'm pretty happy with that. We're gonna get this thing fired up. We need to get some heat in the motor and in the transmission, just so we're not beating on it cold. So we're gonna go for a little drive. We're gonna find some nice roads in Mexico. It should be plenty warm, you know. It's a 12, 14, 16-hour drive, something like that. Google Maps will tell me in a second. So we're gonna go to Mexico, get this thing warm, and let's do some draggy pulls. GMC. We're gonna launch it right about 3 pounds. truck's a little hot, just because it's warm out today. It's 70 degrees. Last time I did a draggy, it was like 50. That air was nice and crisp, and the truck was on a rip, but didn't have any traction issues. So we're gonna turn it up to setting number 6, which right now is the highest that the truck will go. 13 pounds. The truck's built for 15, so we need a different spring in it. But anyways, we're gonna reset this puppy. 3 pounds again. That felt pretty good. That thing was ripping. That thing definitely laid all 4 in that intersection, for sure. Wow, that felt good. We left right around, I think it was about 3 pounds. I'm looking at 12 different things at the same freaking time, so I can't necessarily keep track of everything. I only got 2 eyeballs, and usually they black out. I can't see anything, but that felt really good. So we're gonna skedaddle on back home and go over some of the results. We're gonna take a video here. We're gonna get her up to 3 pounds again. Horse girls making their horses shit all over the road. I'll probably run into one of them. Alrighty, so I gotta say, I am pretty freaking impressed with this truck. I'm still kind of being a sissy with it, just because I'm on the street, and you know, even though it's Mexico, things can still happen. Chupacabra Street treated me pretty well. You can see in the first video, I kind of did a stage, right? The first video, I was like, okay, let's just see what it does and see how much harder we want to push it. So this was like setting 5 essentially, which is like 10.5 pounds. And like I said, if you heard it in the video, the truck's built for 15. So 10.5 pounds, that's about 2/3 of our potential. So in the video, the truck did a 0 to 60 in 3.29 seconds, which is pretty decent. I left pretty soft, 2 pounds. The truck didn't buck, it didn't spin. It had a 1 foot rollout, so if you don't count the first foot of the 0 to 60, it had a 3.04. So we're breathing on the 2-second range here really fast. I did let off right at the 8th, but it was a 7.22 at 96 miles an hour, which is pretty decent. And then I rolled to the 1/4 mile, which was an 11.94 at 83 miles an hour. So I pretty much let out at the 8th. And even being on the brakes, I still rolled to under a 12-second 1/4 mile. Now run 2 is where it gets fun. So I turn the truck up as high as it'll go right now. It has a 6-pound spring in the wastegate, so the most I can get out of it is 13 with my electronic boost controller. That GFB boost controller is working frickin' perfect. And so that one, we turned it up as far as it'll go with the spring in there, which still, we're only at 13 pounds. We got 15 kind of as our target or our maximum. And so at 13 pounds, we launched it a little bit harder. I think I was like 3, I'll have to look at the video, but I think I was like 3-pound launch. The 0 to 60 without a 1 foot roll was 3.17 seconds. So on the street, you can hear the dang thing screeching. All 4 tires were burning. I saw marks in the road. Very impressed with a 3.17 on the street. This thing needs a tire pretty good, or I should say pretty bad. We're not necessarily hooking up as much as we could be with a little bit stickier tire. The hand-cooked Dynapros on this thing are not meant for going fast or launching hard. With a 1 foot rollout, 1 foot roll, 0 to 60, 2.96 seconds. What the heck? A freaking pickup truck going 2.9 in a 0 to 60 with a 1 foot roll. I can't even believe it. Good air. We're gonna get a true 0 to 60 in less than 3 seconds. This run, I still let out early because going 130 kilometers an hour, we're in Mexico, right? On the street, in between fields, high grade. So anyways, 8th mile, we were still in it, 7:12 at 99 miles an hour. And then quarter mile, which we let out right at 1,000 feet, like I said. So 1,000 feet, we were at 113. Quarter mile, we were also at 113. It was 11.15 seconds at 113. Did I say miles an hour? I meant kilometers an hour, if you know what I'm getting at. So I'm still really impressed. So truck turned up as far as it can go right now. We have a 0 to 60 with a 1 foot roll, less than 3 seconds, which is awesome. We're gonna get a tire on this thing. We're gonna get the right spring in it. We're gonna, make sure that we have a nice cool day. Like I said, my air intake temps were like 100 degrees for the second run. They were really close, and transmission was getting a little bit warmer on me, which is fine. It was like 180, 185, that's not necessarily a huge concern. So with that being said, I'm really freaking impressed with the truck. We ran an 11:15 in the quarter, and we let off at 1,000 feet. If I would have stayed in it, we would have a 10-second street truck on the street with an all-terrain tire. So I'm really impressed with the truck overall. Can't say enough good. It's handling well, it's taking the power well, it's putting it down to the ground. We definitely have some revisions coming up. We also have a racing event coming up. We got street drags next Thursday, Madison International Speedway. I will be there, truck will be there, and we're gonna go try and break some hearts and hurt some feelings. So until I see you guys next week, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and peace.